What is up, guys? Welcome back to Base Damage, episode 100. We have the special guest, Mr. JoeSchmmo himself. What is up, bro?
Hello. Is this on?
Oh,
Hello.
dear God, that's gonna be loud. What is up, man? It has been a long time since you've been back up here. You know, bringing Rex back, bringing Lunchbox back, and everything. So it's just like bringing back all the good ones.
I was gonna say everyone's been on their own journey. I mean, you got to look at it that way. You went off and did your own thing. I went off and did my own. I'm doing my own thing right now.
Yeah.
It's just a natural course of things. I didn't stop playing the game.
This is true.
So I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, even with the hiatus, and obviously everybody was like still picking up cards and everything. But yeah, we're here for the coveted episode 100. I didn't know what else to do for this one. I had a funny joke ideas planned, but we decided, no, I want to get Joe on. It's been forever. What can we talk about? Fuck it. Let's talk about the power-up sets. That's what we're here to do today.
Well, I have an idea. I have a proposal.
Okay.
Let's talk about the last 100 episodes real quick.
You know, that's a good idea.
What sticks out to you? We'll spend a couple minutes talking about this, and then we'll get to the cards. You know,
okay,
we'll get there. But what has been your favorite thing over the last 100 episodes?
In recording the podcast, honestly, meeting a lot of different people. In terms of obviously, like the group we started with, recording and everything. This is all off the cut. None of this was rehearsed. I'm just going whatever's off the top of my head. Obviously, like starting out in a little ice cooler thing that Harry had in Blue Ox, to recording like interviews and stuff on Skype, like way long ago. Meeting all sorts of people helping us out. Waifu Wars, Earl Grey. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Getting to chat with, like, you know, some of the people whom I consider like top players of the time. Whether that be, you know, Riaz. I talked to, it wasn't actually on a podcast episode, but I talked to, I'm trying to remember his actual name. His handle was like Mr. Paddywagon. Alex something. It wasn't Alex Hodges. I still need to get him up here. It was Alex something else, and like talking to him even about like other card statistics and stuff like that, even outside of like the podcast and whatnot. Just being able to talk about a lot of that stuff and seeing more people get involved, not just for this game, but for like the podcast and the channel itself. Just a lot of the people, like new people, and like, just sorry, I'm like just trying to remember everything as well. It's just, goodness gracious.
Say my favorite thing.
Go for it.
Is the friends we made along the way.
That's basically what I said, but more eloquently. Okay.
Look. We have met a lot of people. And even to this day, friendship's still blue. I mean,
Gothmom,
Gothmom is the perfect example. Me and her do a bunch of streaming over at twitch.tv/JoeSchmmo Gaming, and we do a lot of different things. And she does it on her own channel, twitch.tv/GothMamaMess. So it's just it's cultivated from friendship, and you know we do a lot of collabs and stuff. I mean, even to Lunchbox, I even sat down and got to interview him.
Yeah,
we got to interview Fern, just sit back and shoot the crap and just relax.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even then, between now and episode 1, the big thing I really enjoyed was getting outside my box, because I never went to card regionals. I never did team events. I never did any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to do it for the podcast. I guess I'll do it for the content. And I mean, you know, it's definitely motivated me to do a lot of other things.
See, like I had already done Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals like years before doing the Weiss regionals, so I went into stuff like that with a completely different expectation. I showed up and especially for like Atlanta regionals, I showed up and I'm like, I'm used to, with Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals, there's an entry fee, but they give you like packs and exchange and stuff like that. And so I'm like, okay, cool. How much is entry fee? And the lady gave me this weird. The lady giving me like the little badge or whatever that we had, like gave me this weird look, like, oh, there's no entry fee, it's free. And I'm like, I swear my face probably looked like that guy from Weird Number 1 going, free, type thing. Like, just freaking out. Like, wait, that's what? Okay. Because I was just so used to that with, like, Yu-Gi-Oh!, MTG, and whatnot. So not so much going out of, like, comfort zone by any means of the imagination.
Well, let me ask this, and then this will let us segue into what we're doing, the power-up sets. Out of the 3 sets we have today, Kill la Kill, Horror Heal, Log Horizon, between now and episode 1,
okay,
which one of these do you think would have been the best set to, play and do all this? And if you want to mention, your favorite set that's come out so far, that'd be cool too.
Okay,
we can reminisce on it.
That's fair. Of the 3, which I'll go ahead and pull up the thing now, like obviously like the little infographics and everything on the English Weiss site. We got, I got in as Kill la Kill was already like top dog, like one of the top. This is like dating like a long while back. Like Kill la Kill was one of the top decks. I remember one of the other guys from our locals was really big into playing it. Haruhi was like an interesting set that I wanted to get more into, but I just couldn't. I don't know, like Haruhi, I had watched the anime like a long time ago. It was like one of the first like anime I sought out when I got big into watching like a bunch of different series. The one I was most hyped for that we just never got was the Log Horizon set. It was the Log Horizon power-up set specifically, because we got the same dude who played Kill la Kill was also like super hyped for Log Horizon coming out, and we were picking up all the cards, trading rarities with him and other people and whatnot. And I just remember like looking through it like, hey, this can be good, but it almost feels like it's missing something. And then he pointed out, oh yeah, they have a power-up set over there that we don't have. And I'm like, wait, what? So I may have looked at this like years ago, but I don't remember any of the cards. And I'm like, so this could be, we could be doing this, the decks could be doing way better if we had these cards, is from what like I had gathered back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. So in terms of the power up sets, I was most hyped for Log Horizon. So we're gonna save that one for last today. In terms of across from like when the podcast began to this point, favorite set to have come out. Oh my goodness. Gurren Lagann. I was hyped for Gurren Lagann. Like that's probably my number 1 anime of all time. But I will say Hololive dropping got me and my buddy Moroku like panicking, like, oh no, we're gonna be spending way too much money because of VTubers,
And you proceeded to spend a life savings.
Not really. This shit's cheap. Save for the fucking the Marin level 3, everything else is like crazy cheap. I got Masui says I'm fine. Obviously, I'm not pulling a I don't know how much of Nags' content you watch. There's a guy called Nothing But a Fan. This helping him do the VTuber reviews. Is a big Suisei fan, and I'm fairly certain he probably was trying to get some of them SPs. So, yeah.
Lord have mercy.
I didn't want the SPs. I did get like some promos and some of the the borderless climaxes and whatnot for that set. It's pretty cool. But so they're pretty cheap.
My thing with these 3 sets,
go for it.
Log Horizon was lackluster. They had a good card, possibly 2.
The level 3 Akatsuki.
Yeah, that's it. And the second one would be the shield guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, Natsugu.
Natsugu. Yeah, that's pushing it. Besides that, nothing really stood out. Kill la Kill is the top dog out of these 3 sets, because it was even when these guys were coming out, people were still using them, still saying and still winning.
Yeah.
So
they didn't even need the stuff from it, basically.
He had some gimmicks and some cool gimmicks at that, but overall, Kill la Kill was definitely the number 1 ringer out of all this.
Yeah.
But my favorite set, good lord, I mean, I could go with Love Live, and people have listened or follow me or know who I am.
Hashtag expected. No,
yeah, pretty much. It is pretty much expected. Lost train of thought. Oh, yes. So, honestly, I would have to say my favorite slut. Slut.
So you said favorite slut.
Yeah, my favorite slut.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, big time. Honestly, I probably would have to say slime.
Slime is good.
I really think that's gonna be it. I mean, I've had some cool ones. Like I never played Idolmaster, but I played Gotcha with Idolmaster, and that's always been like a fond memory for me.
I do remember that. Okay, like that was Idolmaster was like the first introduction of like, holy shit, these cards are like super fucking expensive because what was her name? I can't remember what her name was, but there was one that was like super expensive.
Yeah, for the longest time.
Like a couple $100, and we're like, holy shit, this is insane. So we tried to, like I said, like every week we go to locals, we're like pulling the Idolmaster sets, trying to like play the gotcha and see if we could get that like really fucking expensive card. And then like Bang Dream introduced, oh, by the way, Birdcage Diva Yukino, like a couple $1,000. Like, like the SPs we're talking about, obviously.
And I mean, I have plenty of memories with Bang Dream. I mean, I have my tie deck. And then we did, Trial by Fire. I think that was the first deck we did it with.
Yes.
Like there's plenty of memories all throughout the different sets. But me personally, Slime helped me get back into the game after a while, especially after COVID. And I really enjoyed playing the deck and watching people play it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just me.
Shout outs to the one guy that got top 8 at Worlds with Slime. Like, good job.
Exactly. But we're here to talk about more important things. Like how viable these power upsets are today.
Time so like you said, power sips. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, the power sips.
The power sips and the sluts and bruh. Okay.
Look, man, I got a lot of things going on ahead.
So the first thing we're going to look at today, I picked the order of this arbitrarily, mostly because I wanted to highlight one particular thing from the Haruhi set. We're going to start with Haruhi. One of the particular things when the Haruhi set came out at the time, there was cards on the Japanese ban list. And one of those specifically, I'm going to bring up now, is an event card called World with Faded Colors. This was just outright banned in the JP format. And we didn't get this because it was banned. Like other cards that were on the limited list, like from Kantai way back when, they got their effects changed when they came over to English. There's like a Junyo that has a different effect. There's like another card or something like that. We didn't get, like, from Kantai was the first one I thought of. But then you go like Nizakoi. We had Marika and whatnot. There's like a bunch of cards in level 3s that their effects were just not the same. They straight up changed them. So that's what people were kind of expecting with World of Faded Colors. Mm-hmm. And we'll go over the effect and everything in a second here. But we just straight out just did not get this. They just skipped. This was like, what card number was this? I can't see it on the fucking thing. Whatever. 71. There we go. It just went 70, 72, and just went on. So we did not get this. So this is a level 2 red event, 1 cost. And it's just Haruhi sitting on a swing. Choose one of your level 1 or higher characters and put it into the waiting room. If so, choose a level 0 or lower brigade chief character in your waiting room. Put it on any slot on the stage. Choose up to 2 characters in your waiting room. Return them to your hand. There were other event cards that were similar to this. There were like a 2-1 red event that'll say like just salvage 2 characters. I don't know what other characters or cards comboed with this. If you think of something like Love Live Sunshine, where they hit like certain cards that just were very rampant and kind of comboed off of each other, keeping with the Yo Chica combo that brought out like the 2 level 3s, like for early play, like very cheap and whatnot. And basically all the cards that kind of facilitated that combo, they kind of hit in one way, shape, or form. I don't know what other cards comboed with this. Like maybe there was a level 1 or higher character that if it got sent to the waiting room, an effect went off. If there was a specific level 0 that she would summon back to the stage via this effect, maybe a brainstormer or something. So if anybody wants to comment that down in the comment section and explain what other cards comboed with this, by all means, go for it. I do not want to go do the research for this. I'm barely remembering most of these cards as it is. But so we're getting this in the power up set. So they freed the swing. Hashtag free the swing.
So how I see it as a casual player,
Okay.
if Haruhi is somehow still useful, still viable to today's format with the power what's the newest trigger? I'm blanking right now. Standby. If it had standby triggers, it might make a comeback. To be honest, because there are some cards that could be useful.
Maybe so. I'm not saying that there aren't by any means of the imagination.
Then with this event, it definitely helps bring viability. But the problem is these cards that they're bringing to the English format are so out of date that they're literally just going to be for collection purpose and not play purpose. Unless someone somewhere figures out some weird combination that can wipe boards or like stand out. I don't see any of this being useful. Yeah, that event is freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
But there's no other sets that have anything like it, so it's kind of dead.
More than likely, like that being said, this is no longer on the JP ban list. That's probably the only reason we're getting it is because of that. Mm-hmm. So I think it would be hilarious if we got another situation like that one guy that topped with the Disgaea trial deck, like way back when, and all of a sudden the trial deck shot up to like $100 or something because nobody could get it. Like, oh wow, Overlord Harl's actually kind of OP, you know? Shit like that. I would be curious to see if something like that happens. So, just gonna say, if something like that does happen, we're gonna talk about it on this channel. That's for damn sure. So
it will come back and make a vengeance. But yeah, that's my opinion on this power-up set. It's a cool collector's piece, especially since in the power-up sets, I'm going to dive into it a little bit if that's okay.
Go for it.
They give the promo cards, the 16 promo cards. Yeah. Well, it's 4 different promo cards, 4 piece. They give a cool top loader that's themed. Yeah. So like Log Horizon, Killer, all the top, all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't really worry about like.
They give a special deck case for it, and they give a box, like a special storage box. Besides that, if you just want to finish up where you're missing some of these cards, because they are bringing back some interesting cards.
That
would be
one. I saw one when I was going through earlier. I think it was in this one in Log Horizon. There's an Akatsuki. It's like in a wedding dress looking thing. That was like a shop promo, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So bringing that back and maybe be foil, like that's cool. We're not going to cover the promos in this. The fucking promo page for Heart of the Cards is massive. I'm not dealing with that. So we're just going to talk about the 8 set exclusive cards coming over. So they may be reprinting some other promo cards. I don't know. Just because they were like, you know, shop exclusive stuff you just can't get anymore, maybe? I don't know. And like I said, the different little... The top loaders and storage boxes kind of whatever, but it's whatever. Like you said, I do feel the biggest thing is going to be like the collection stuff. So...
Yeah, this is going to be for those who want to... Or even those who came late into the game and like these anime... Because these cards are hard to find now.
Yeah.
And if you find them, people are going to... I've seen people ask ridiculous prices for commons.
Yeah.
Or they send them off to get graded now. That's also another thing. And then it'll be like $30 for a common.
I am not a fan of...
That's a whole different thing for a whole different podcast. But the point is, for those who come in late and do like these animes, they can at least get some cards now. And there's not even enough cards to build a deck. I don't think there's enough cards to make a deck.
Obviously, there's like... I mean, you can. You would have to go based off of, obviously, the previous sets that came out. Log Horizon, like, just as an example, Log Horizon was an extra booster. And there was, like, a couple things that were kind of missing to help with, like, say, level 1 game or something. Haruhi got the two sets. It got a full set. It got an EB. I think that was it. Kill Kill just had the one set, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, but without further ado, let's just jump right into this. So, like I said, we're just going to go over the set exclusive cards. We're going to do Haruhi first, then Kill a Kill, then Log Horizon, because that's my favorite one. Save the best for last. So, pulling this up, we're going to be looking at this on Heart of the Cards. There's only 8 cards per power-up set. So, there are foils for every single one of these cards. But let's just start with the beginning. I'm going to pull up, like, half of them real quick. And I saw this one, Haruhi. I thought it said Superlicious, but it's like Supercellus. I don't know. And we'll just alternate. I'll do the first one, then you can read the next one. So, we got Mikuru Taking a Break is a 0/2K. Green. When this is placed from hand or memory to the stage, you may put the top 2 cards of your library in the waiting room. When the battle opponent this becomes reversed, you may send this to memory. If so, at the start of your next draw phase, choose a Mikuru Taking a Break in a memory, put it on any slot of the stage. So it bounces out. I've seen this type of effect in terms of like there's several level 1s that do it, of just like bouncing to the memory and then coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So it mills on, you mill 2 on play, and then every time you do that effect, it mills an additional 2. So okay, that's interesting. So.
All right, let's see. What's the next one? Mikuru Reindeer. Oh yeah, the Christmas card. Oh yeah, it's the level 3.
I didn't even plan for this. I'm like, yeah, I know he likes this one. Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, Mikuru Reindeer, level 3 2 cost. Let's see here.
95.
Continuous effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 95. Sorry, gotta put my glasses on.
You're fine.
If there are 2 or fewer climaxes in your waiting room, this gets -1 in your hand. That's an older one, which I don't think is really.
That still happens. It still happens nowadays.
Okay. During battles involved, your opponent cannot play backups from hand, and then when it's placed on stage from hand, you may heal.
Early play healer with that card art. I expect to see a price tag. Interesting. Okay. I just settling on that card art for a second here. Okay.
No, you're fine. Just my last notes. I mean, this came out around the time that there was a lot of these cards. The early climax, the -2 or less climaxes.
Yeah.
That was really relevant in that age because,
like, it's not the most wanted one. The best effects for early play stuff now is typically it'll say like you have 4 or more other trait characters on field.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like 4 on field, and this just takes the last slot type thing. That's like it's the easiest to accomplish, but I still definitely see the like 2 or less climaxes in waiting room happen. That happens more often. There was another one that was like if you had, God, what was it, like 6 or more? It was like right before refresh. So that's still good. Like right after you refresh, it's like, okay, cool. I know I can go ahead and play this and then still heal. It's just funky.
I do say that the backup one is still very useful.
Oh yeah, you can still play events off of that, but it's whatever. But obviously, like characters, is that she's more than likely not gonna get reversed.
Yeah.
So then we have Haruhi Taking a Break is a 0/15. Your other character in the front row center slot gets 500 power. Okay. Brainstorm, pay 1, rest this. Mill 4 for every climax. Choose a character in your waiting room with either Brigade Chief or SOS Brigade. Return it to your hand. Okay. So it salvages specifically Brigade Chief and SOS Brigade, but I think that covers the entire set.
Yes, I believe so.
I think SOS Brigade covers the entire set in general. There's probably some that don't have one of those. I'm certain there are, but I don't think they're relevant. I'm probably wrong, but once again, these sets are outdated, but we're going to cover them regardless.
I was about to say, and it's been years since anyone's really talked about them.
Yeah.
Right. So then, now we're going to talk about a level 1 combo. Haruhi's Superzealous.
I don't know how you pronounce that, actually. I don't know.
Superzealous. I'm going to say Superzealous. All right. So, it's a 4,500 0 cost level 1. Auto, when this is placed on stage from hand, against 1,500. Mm-hmm. And then the climax combo, which is auto. When the battle opponent of this becomes reverse, if club room on a certain days in your climax area, choose up to one level 0 or lower character in your opponent's front row and put it in the waiting room. And choose up to one character in your waiting room, either Brigade Chief or SOS Brigade, and return it to your hand.
Okay, so it's regardless, it's a on reverse salvage. Regardless, but you can still
It's
kill
limited.
a character.
I was supposed to say it's limited though, because it says up
Yeah.
to. So my question is, if
The salvage
you
isn't
don't,
limited. The other killing effect is.
okay,
So here's something where this could be interesting. It says a level one level 0 or lower character is like whatever. See, if it was something like back row, I would like it a bit more because then you could like pop like brainstormers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull up real quick. Club room on a certain day, which would have been the one of the next cards anyway. So we'll just skip that. But regardless, it is a. See, this is what I don't like. Okay, this isn't as bad, but I don't know. It's a double soul trigger. Placed on climax zone, choose up to one red card in your waiting room, put it into your stock, all your characters gain +1 soul for the turn. This is not good.
Yeah.
This is
Back in the day, it was pretty alright.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's,
I mean, I've run decks in the past that have that, most definitely. The Nizakoi Sweets deck most definitely ran climax combos with that, but nowadays for this kind of stuff, you want to buff. But we're not here to hate. I'm just, like, very underwhelmed so far, so... Alright, so then 10th anniversary, we skip the climax, and then 2 more after that, and we're done. I'll let you go ahead and talk about the 10th anniversary Haruhi since I already showed off the climax.
10th anniversary Haruhi is a level 3 2 cost with 10,000 power. Auto, when this is placed on stage from hand, you may choose another character in your waiting room, either with Brigade Chief or SOS Brigade, and return it to hand.
Salvage, okay.
Auto, when Someday in the Rain is placed in your climax zone, if this is in the front row, this gains the following ability for the turn. Auto, put one of your other characters from the stage into the waiting room. This ability activates up to once per turn. When this attacks, you may pay the cost. If so, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a level 1 or higher character, either Brigade Chief or SOS Brigade, put that character any slot in your stage. And that character gains 1,000 power to the end of the turn. So basically, you would use this at last, and then it goes off. You sack a character that's already attacked and throw another character
No,
down.
it's when the climax is played. It's not on attack.
Is it when it Oh, yeah, plays. Okay.
You're fine. I went back and was looking for that specifically myself. I do remember several cards that you could like do some top checking with. So this isn't bad in terms of if you can do like some top checking and you see, oh, I know this is like a level 3 or something. Cool. Leave that up on top. And there's 2 more cards that may also do that with the Nagato stuff, especially.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could just cheese it in for like sacking a character. So that's pretty cool. And it gains extra power. If nothing else, even if you don't know what the top is, you could just sack a back row character and then still summon something. So
yeah,
it's kind of whatever. I do like the card art for this. This is pretty cool. Then we have the next one is Nagato Tree Colored Dress. It's a 0015. When this is placed on stage from hand, pay 1. Put the top card of your library in your clock. If you do, search your library for up to 1 level 1 or lower character. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. When this attacks, choose one of your other characters with Alien or SOS Brigade, and it gets 1,000 power for the turn. The search effect like that, it still pops up a bunch. I usually see that on like double rare level 0s too, so if there were to be an expensive card from this set, so far this probably would be it. So granted, with the power-up sets being the way they are, I'm curious as to what prices are going to be anyway, but that's just me with any set.
I think it's going to kind of be... I don't think there's going to be any real big prices coming out of it personally. And that's because, I mean, if anything, it's just waifu status, if it would make it expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I mean, like I said, the deck's not viable, so why would people invest in a set to try and make it viable, you know?
Because people are crazy in this community, let's be real.
It's also very true.
But, all right, and then to round out all of it, we have Nagato taking a break, and that is all you, brother.
All right, we got a level 1 0 cost at 6,000 power. Kind of a heavy hitter there. I wonder what the drawback is. Continuous. If the level of the character opposite is higher than this level, this cannot frontal attack. Well, there's a drawback.
There you go.
Auto. Discard a card from your hand to put it into the waiting room. Put this from your... Okay, let me read that. Discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. Then put this card into the waiting room. When your other character... with either Alien or SOS Brigade is frontal attack, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your characters in battle and it gains 3,000. So you can sack it and give power to something.
Pretty much, yeah.
2 cost sack, 2 costs for 3K.
Now that being said, think of it this way: this does not count as a backup. So something else with that similar effect of the Mikuru.
No backups or events. That they can get around that.
Because this completely and totally gets around that. So it's still, oh, cool, I'm still going to send 3K.
Yeah, and plus you can just throw it in the back row.
Yeah.
Near the end and call it a day.
Like, oh, I see you have level 2s out now. Let's just sloop you in the back and done. Okay. Personal opinion so far. I'm saying this not remembering any of the... like I say not remembering any, not remembering 75% of the Haruhi cards. I remember like a bunch of the Nagato stuff because Moroku wanted to pick the stuff up. I remember a bunch of other cards that were cool, but for the most part, I don't see it really going anywhere either. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Please prove me wrong. I want to see. I want to see fucking Haruhi like topping at like a fucking regionals for Springfest. Joe's like, I'm going to the team Springfest. If you jinx me with this shit.
Yeah, I swear. So. Actually, when is this coming out?
March 10th, I think it said. It's going to be out next month.
It will not fall in. People can't use it. I think it has to be a month before people can use it. I think that's the ruling. I think it has to be out for a month before people can use it in tournament.
I don't know. We will research that later. Future me, that is your job. Have fun with that.
And you can slap it on the screen. Bam! There you go. Anyway.
Yay or nay. Just Joe is wrong. I don't know.
All the time. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to Kill a Kill. We got 1 yellow, a couple reds, and a blue. And a couple blues. Let's just start the first 4. And go from there. I say the first 4. There are no climaxes for this one, so might see a bit more variety for that other level 3 Haruhi as well. Sorry, I meant to say this. I think that climax that it combos with is from one of the others is from like the first set. I could be wrong, so I don't know. So we have the first one is Ryuko and Mako, Family and Bond. It's a 0/1000. This ability activates up to 1 time per turn. When your card is placed from a non-marker zone to marker zone, you may pay the cost. Oh, yeah, I remember Kill a Kill working with, like, some marker stuff. The cost is pay 1, rest 2 of your standing characters. If so, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your library. Choose up to 1 character with either clothes or family, reveal it, put it into your hand, put the rest into the waiting room. So... just anytime one of your cards gains a marker, you can activate this effect. So that's interesting. I don't remember if they had anything that like specifically triggered on like your opponent's turn for like putting markers under, but that would be interesting if you could do that. If you could like filter on your opponent's turn.
I think, the class elite or whatever the student council people, I think they do.
Yeah, we had to. I need to consult Moroku on that one because he played the Elite Four deck,
which was very viable.
Which is
for how cheap it was back then.
That was hilarious how well that fucking deck did. The last effect is at the start of your climax phase. You can choose one of your characters and it gains 500 power for the turn. So, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to say a thing. Alrighty. The next one, Man and Cloth as One Senketsu. That's all you.
All right, our boy Senketsu's back. Look at that. All right, 0 cost, level 0, 500 power. Continuous, all the characters with either clothes or family gains 500 power. Auto, when this is placed on hand from hand to stage, you may look at the top card of your library. If so, put the top card of your face down under as a marker. There you go. There's another marker thing. S, I guess.
It refers to startup. It's an act. It's an act
Okay,
ability.
act. Okay, so act skill. Put the marker from underneath this into the waiting room. Choose one of your other characters, and he gets 1,000 power.
Yeah. The symbol for that translates to like startup or something, but so they just changed that to act over here.
Yeah, it tells you how long it's been since I looked at Heart of the Cards.
It's fair. I mean, okay, so it gains markers, procs the other one, and it uses those markers to give characters power. That's pretty cool. So, once again, the set that I know the least of is Kill la Kill. Outside of the one thing I remember from Kill la Kill, it was the only other set that had a heal tax level 0. Because it was Hibiki from Kantai, and there was like a... I don't remember if it was a Ryuko or a Senketsu, but there was one that had heal tax. That's all I remember. So... The next is Ryuko, Scissors Blade Duel Decapitation Mode. Say that 5 times fast. 102k. I see some markers shenanigans going on with that lineup. Yep. If there's a marker under this gains 4,000 power. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may choose either a Senketsu Ryoko's outfit, which I think is from the original set, and Mana Cloth is one Senketsu in your waiting room. Put it face down under this as a marker. I'm going to double check real quick. I do not see it in the rest of the set. Okay, so must be from the original. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, if Fated Battle is in your climax zone, you may choose a character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. Okay. Once again, Fated Battle from the original set. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna hope it's a 1k1 salvage, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
We can hope, but whether this is where if you get around to it and remember,
I don't want to like do a whole bunch of backtracking for this, to be completely and totally honest, but it's whatever.
We'll just hope and pray and make our own belief that it is, and go move forward.
Okay, actually, is this a reprint? I could be wrong, but this almost makes me think it's a reprint. No, it said exclusive, so no, it's not. There's something very fucking similar to this. Berserk Ryuko. I'm going to let you take away for this. But before you do, I'm just going to say, I swear.
Nah, it's familiar. I think it was...
There's another card in the set that looks
really similar. Yeah.
Okay, I might actually be doing some... I'm immediately taking back what I said. I might be doing some backtracking and looking at this. I don't know. Not right now. I'll let you go for it.
All right, it's a 1k1, 7,500.
1-1.
It's a 1-1. It's let's see here. It cannot side attack, so it must always frontal. Yep. Then auto, when it's placed on stage or placed from hand to the stage, or via effect of auto ability of Ryoko, first encounter with Senketsu to the stage. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a level 0 lower, put it in your stock. Otherwise, put it back where it was. Auto, when it becomes reversed in battle, put this in the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
It's not a bad... Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not the worst in the world, but I mean...
think about it. So, I'm going to use Konosuba as an example, because I had the Darkness deck for such a long time. Mm-hmm. If this was in there, it would be a staple. But for Darkness, it was kind of the same level and kind of the same drawback. But the problem was it auto-encored no matter what.
Oh, so yeah, the one that dealt yourself the damage, yeah.
Yeah, and so it always messed you over. This is not bad because you don't... It just goes right back to the deck. So if you get something with Search, you can keep bringing it out.
I gotcha. The fact that it has the chance of being able to pay for its costs is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'm pulling up the next 4. The next one we have, this is actually really cool card art. I really like this. Senketsu Koi. If I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry. Ryuko. It's a 3/2/9/5. Oh, we have... Okay, I wonder if this is going to be a recurring theme. If you have 2 or fewer climax cards in your waiting room, this is minus a level in hand. So, another early play level 3. If there's another early play level 3 in Log Horizon, we're going to see something there. When this is placed from hand to stage, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one of them, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. When graduating from sailor uniform is placed in your climax zone, if this is in your front row, choose up to 1 character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. This gains 3k power for the turn. So the fact that it has a climax combo is kind of like interesting. The fact that you could early play it and pull it off, okay, it's not bad. I like the art more than anything. So
Yeah, the art is really nice.
that
I
is
really like that.
cool.
But I mean, overall, I mean, still, there's that, the 2 and fewer climaxes.
Mhm.
Like I said, that was a big thing around that time.
That's fair.
And then when it is placed on stage from hand, you can do the check and choose one, which is pretty good.
Now I'm wondering if any other cards combo with that same climax from the original set, graduating from sailor uniform. So
That's a good question.
Potential double climax combo in the same turn. Just saying, pretty cool. Yeah. And now we're getting to the Satsuki, the blue cards.
Yeah, this was definitely in the main set.
Like, is the card art?
I think the card art's different.
Kamui Junketsu. This looks like the Brainstormer. I could be incorrect on this, but there was like a Satsuki Brainstormer I remember I had to convince Moroku to buy for the fucking Elite Four deck.
Yeah, that's what I'm remembering. I remember the Brainstormer, and that's what I thought it was when it popped up. So no, this might be different.
Maybe it's different. I don't know. Either way.
But all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Kamui Junketsu Satsuki. Continuous. If there are 2 or fewer cards in your stock, he gets plus 1,500, which is definitely viable. People still do that today. Yep. Auto effect: pay 1, discard a card from your hand to a waiting room. When this is placed from your hand to the stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your library up to 1 closed character, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck.
Drop Searcher is always nice.
Mm-hmm. So, always viable, always good.
Very much so. So whether the set is viable or not, to that effect is. Mm-hmm. And we have Satsuki for the Survival of Mankind. Is a 2/1/55. Let's see. Assist. All of your level 3 or higher characters in front of this gain 2k power. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may choose a Junketsu in your waiting room and put it face down under this as a marker. If I remember correctly, that was a level 0. Mm-hmm. I could be incorrect. It's either level 0 or an event. I don't know. When your other Ryuko decided to wear and finish the fight is placed from your hand to the stage, you may pay the cost. If so, look, pay the cost is put a marker from under this in the waiting room. If so, look at the top card of your library. If you do, put that card face down under that character as marker. Huh, okay. That wasn't decided to... Okay, so that's also from the first set. Maybe it's like another level 3 or something, since this is all about a level 3 assist and everything, so... Mm-hmm. Regardless, I'm assuming it like does shenanigans with markers. So being able to go, oh, it didn't get its marker effect. Let's give it a marker, or maybe it needs multiple markers for like buffs or something. This being able to add to that's pretty cool. So, and then lastly, Satsuki Unwavered Will. That's you.
Which is a level 2 1 cost. Auto, when this attacks, if the level of the character is character opposite of this is 3 or higher, gets a plus 6,000, which is very good in my opinion. It's probably going to be cheap because a lot of these cards end up being cheap, but they're always very viable and very good in my opinion.
It's a 12/5.
So the second skill, auto, at the start of the opponent's attack phase, if Fate of Battle is in your climax, this gains 3,000 to the end. Or sorry, in your waiting room.
Yeah.
It gains 3,000 power for the turn.
Okay, so that's just as interesting, because I don't know if that's a climax or if that's like an event or something. I would expect a climax for this. I really wish I knew more Kill la Kill at this point. Episode 100, also the most heavily edited, with Cade having to put all the fucking cards up here that we just don't fucking know.
I mean, like I said, to be fair, this is such an old set. So
fair.
I'm looking. Yes, that is a climax. That is a very. I think this one was in a trial deck.
Oh, true.
It's a common climax.
I forgot that there was even a trial deck for this. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot that was even a thing. Okay, yeah, so now I do like this over the Haruhi set. The Haruhi set still had stuff that like worked with other cards and other like climaxes and whatnot. This definitely worked with more stuff from the set. It felt, in terms of it being a power-up set, in terms of helping the original set, I feel this definitely does the job better than, say,
for sure.
So, the real thing we're going to be judging here now, that's it for the Kill la Kill stuff. Now let's judge the Log Horizons stuff, because this is the set I liked the most out of all 3. So I'm really hoping that, from what I can recall effect-wise, that this does stuff. So, There is a climax in this, which let's go ahead and just pull that up. That is Gamer's Pride. Let's see when this comes into effect. It's a pants. Okay, so this is actually relevant. So 1K1 pants trigger. So I'm just gonna.
Before we continue, I do want to comment.
Go for it.
Out of all the arts for the boxes and all that stuff, call it a little bias, but I do really like this, and I would probably buy the power-up set just for the boxes. Because I do like the deck box. I do like the top loader, because the gold on the white looks really good.
Need to see how much the power-up sets are going to go for as well.
If it's gonna, they're probably going to be like $60. No one... And if it is, I'm never going to buy one, so...
All right, so popping up the first 4. We have, to start off with, we have Isuzu, poem she wants to recite, 00500 power. When this is placed from your hand to stage, you can discard a climax, and if you do, salvage back a character. Weapon or magic, it's the entire set. We're just going to go with that. When this direct attacks, you can choose a character against 1500 power for the turn. Okay. Drop Salvager for dropping extra climaxes, and if you're working with like the pants trigger stuff anyway, that is good, in case you get extras in hand. Please remind me, all of Log Horizon was just red and blue, right?
Yes.
There was there was no other colors other than red and blue. That's one, I saw that in the set, but I was like, there wasn't yellow, there wasn't green, because I was also thinking, oh well, if you have gold bars in your, wait a minute. There were no gold bars. Okay. Then we have the best idol, Tetra Bishojo idol, question mark.
Oh yeah, Tetra, the best one. So, whenever this comes out, make sure you buy all the Tetra cards and just slap it up together and make a giant waifu deck. That's all you got to do. So, Tetra is a level 2/1 cost at 6,000 power auto skill. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you may choose a character in your waiting room and turn it to your hand. If so, discard a card from your hand so you can drop one and get one. Then, another auto, when this becomes reversed, if the level of the battle opponent is higher than the level of your opponent, you may reverse that character. So it's a level reverser.
It's an anti-change reverser.
Anti-change reverser.
Anti-change reverser, and then after you smack the shite out of their anti-change, you can, or after you hit their level 3 character that's out at level 2. So let's go ahead and say this is viable. This can fight standby. No, I'm messing. No.
Yes, it could automatically fight standby. You heard it here first, folks.
I do like the fact that it gets something from the reversing though, and that's being able to salvage back something and do some hand filtering. You could discard any card, so if you have extra climaxes or whatever, that's pretty cool. So, alrighty, we have Shadow Lurk Akatsuki, 329K. Oh man, all right, I was right. Okay, we have another early play level 3. So, was there just not enough early play level 3s in those 3 sets in general?
Not really. As far as I recall, there wasn't really any.
I'm trying to
there
think
was hardly
there
any. There might have been like
party.
1 or 2.
Cool. Power up set. We're going to make you stronger by giving you like good shit that we're just going to give you early plays. I don't know. Be hilarious. So we have, if there are 2 or fewer climaxes, this gets minus a level. If you have 3 or more other characters with weapon or magic, it gains 15. So it's constantly a 10-5 basically. On play, look at up to X cards from the top of your deck. Choose one of them, add to your hand. Put the rest into your waiting room. X is equal to the number of your characters with weapon or magic. So just you get to dig for every card that you have, for every character that you have. Basically, this is going to be dig. This is actually pretty cool because I think the level 3 Akatsuki from the original set healed on play and had a climax combo. So if you play like 2 of those and then drop this, you can dig to get the climax to be able to make certain you can pull off the combo. So that's pretty cool. Also, I think that armor is her art from the 2nd season?
Yes, so a lot of these cards that are in this are like 2nd season stuff. William Massachusetts is 2nd season. You got Nyanta, or not Nyanta,
that's such a weird
Minori, who like showed up at the end of 1st season, but was really for 2nd season.
Okay.
It's just they brought in some 2nd season stuff because I mean Tetra's 2nd season.
I thought Tetra was tail into the 1st season.
Yeah, but they really shined in 2nd season.
Oh, in terms of I got you. In terms of like them, what they're able to do and shit like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have Minori Shiroe's pupil.
Not Minori. There's one. I saw the art for her. It's gonna be a little ways down, but I think it might be a promo. one of the promos is from the teacup party or whatever the Boston Tea Party. That's what we could call them. The original guild that he was a part of. I can't remember the name, but all right. Anyway, Minori, Shiro's pupil, 0-0, is blue, and auto. At the start of your climax phase, choose one of your characters and put that character. Choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 500. And then it's an act, brainstorm, pay 1, rest this. Flip over top 4 of your library and put them in your waiting room for each climax. You may search your library up to one character with either weapon and or magic. Reveal it, put it to your hand, and shuffle your deck.
Search your deck for a character, basically.
Yeah.
Now, this is good in the fact of you only have to rest this and not 2 characters for the search. So, this is actually pretty good. I do like this. So... we got
this next card.
The big boy, Nyanta.
He could have been better.
This is... wasn't... okay, what was Homeboy's name? The little samurai kid? No, there was
Minori's brother.
It was either him or another, dude who had a level 0 that was very similar to this. Dual-wielding Nyanta, 0-0-25. If there's 2 or fewer cards in your stock, it gains 15. It's a 4K vanilla, basically. Doing my boy Nyanta dirty like that.
I agree.
Okay, so what I don't get for this... this has to be like a translation thing. English flavor text. Why do you want battles? ! You're asking why as if it's a question, but it's not a question, it's a statement. That's just funny to me. I haven't looked at the flavor text on any of the other ones. I just happen to glance down and see that.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's fantastic.
All right, so you get William Massachusetts.
Mr. Massachusetts himself. He is a level 1 0 cost. Blue. And continuous for each of your characters with either weapon or magic, it gets plus 500. Yeah, this is definitely second season. I'm seeing art. That's when they were doing the raids and stuff. Sorry, sidebar. Auto effect. When this attacks, if Gamer's Pride is in the climax zone, reveal the top card of your library, and if the character with either weapon or magic, if it's either a character with weapon or magic, put it in your hand. Otherwise, just put it in your library. Or put it back where it was.
So you were actually correct. Okay, I want to actually talk about that. This is an entire climax combo setup with everything that is still used to this day, and honestly, a setup that I myself like. Okay, so for each of your other characters with weapon or magic, it's basically for every other character on your field, this gains 500. So it's a 106k defensively before anything else, before your global 500s, before anything else. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's not the best climax combo in the world, but it's for free. You don't pay any other costs. You don't have to reverse on a pants trigger. You realize how often that's actually going to be able to pop? That's actually really good. I don't care for this cat, at all. I don't remember him at all. The name is just fucking hilarious. I'm just I'm going to drop William Massachusetts on your ass, and the opponent's going to go, the fuck? But in terms of a combo, this is actually good. Do you remember when we were playing Hololive at Blue Box the other way? This is literally the exact same setup as the level 1 combo that I used in the yellow deck I ran against you. So it's good defensively. A single backup makes it so more than likely your opponent can't reverse this. This is actually good. I'm not kidding. I'm no cap, no sarcasm. This is actually good. Okay. Let's see if the next one is. Yeah. So the next is Full Raid Shiroe is a 1055. If all of your other characters are weapon or magic, this gains 1,000 power. They're gonna be. Yeah, that's definitely season 2 art, most definitely. Mm-hmm. So, and it has a drawback. When this becomes reversed, if you have 1 or fewer characters with weapon or magic, put this in your clock. Okay, so it's not the best in the world, but I will say once again, defensively, this is good. That's what I honestly trying to remember. I swear I think that's was one of the issues of level 1 from the original set, where it just was not strong on the crackback in terms of being able to defend, I don't think it did really well. Outside of like the level 3 Naotsugu and the level 3 Shiroe combo. Like, doing that, yeah, it was good. But in terms of an early game, the defense, I think, was shit. Okay, so the thing for this, though, if you have a full field, this second part is negligible. Because it says you have to have one or fewer other characters on field. If you have a full field, that's not in effect. So, as long as you have this and 2 other characters, this isn't in effect. Like, you're good. So it being sent to your clock is whatever. As long as you have back row, fuck it. Meaning this is a 1065 constant. This is just as defensive as Massachusetts is. That sounds really weird out of context. So this can actually do some good defense. And that's kind of what like Shiroe was about with some of his effects anyway, was like the strategic defense and everything and all that.
So and the last one is just the Gamer's Pride. It's the climax. It's a 1K1 pants.
Yeah, we showed that. So, okay. I actually am most impressed. Like, I was hoping I was going to be the most impressed by Log Horizon, and I was. So now, wow, I actually really wish we had gotten this years ago. I would have probably enjoyed running this kind of stuff. I would have run William, Massachusetts and whatnot.
Yeah, no, there was some good stuff in here, but the thing is, I think this was their attempt to like give them a second set, because I don't think did they ever get a second set?
No, just the in English, no. In the JP, fuck it, we'll check it out. I don't care. Loading. This is in the set part, yeah, because the one we got and was an EB. So, extra packs. No, just the one Log Horizon, and that was it, outside of, like, other promos, and like I said, I'm not really going to worry about that. So, a pretty good Brainstormer, because I think one of the only other good Brainstormers was probably, like, an Akatsuki or something. This is still good for search, a little bit extra buff. For the, like, I'm saying, like, going back through, like, with the Minori. The William, Massachusetts is actually really good. The full raid Shiroe, actually really good. Early play Akatsuki, I'm not going to complain, even if it doesn't heal. Like, that's, like, granted, if that healed on top of everything else, that would just be fucking insane. The only one I think I was disappointed by was the Nyanta. It's like, I think there's already a card in the set that does exactly that. The bonus. It's not Kojiro, was it? I don't know. I'm really trying to remember, but it's whatever. The Climax Salvager. I feel you could do some stuff with this. If, like I say, like back in the day, I'm really trying to remember how like a lot of the effects ran and whatnot. In terms of me personally, I was most impressed by the Log Horizon one.
Yeah, 100%. Because think about it, this stuff came out way before modern sets, and it does have a couple things that people still use in modern decks.
I think the order of release was Kill la Kill, Haruhi, and then Log. I could be wrong. I don't remember which. Obviously, Kill la Kill was already in when I started playing. I don't remember if Log Horizon or Haruhi came first. I don't remember which came first. I just remember being not as impressed with the Haruhi set personally. Like, okay, with the Haruhi extra booster, with the alien stuff, like the level 3 Nagato and everything, that shit was pretty strong, and the price tag reflected that. I just remember looking through those cards a whole bunch because, like I said, me and Moroku actually wanted to like mess with the stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna build aliens," and find out like, you know, it just we didn't have the money for it, so that's understandable. Oh man. I don't know. We're just going to leave the ending screen on William, Massachusetts here. This is just hilarious to me. I need to go back and watch the second season again.
Hey, and the third season. It's good. It's real good.
It didn't have Database V3 for the opening. I can't.
I must be the same song over again.
You know what? If they had done that, if they had fucking done that, I feel the fan base would have respected them more for that. The opening wasn't the opening for third season was not the worst in the world. It still was like really catchy, you know, got you hyped up and everything like Database did. but I guarantee you the fan base would have respected the fuck out of it. It's like, you know what? You did it twice already.
Go for the trifecta.
Don't fix what ain't broken, you know? Fucking Man with a Mission slaps anyway, so I don't care. Overall, I was not impressed at all with Haruhi. I could be wrong and it like be the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread for someone who like goes and tops with the fucking... I don't think anybody's gonna top with Haruhi. I don't think anybody's gonna top with any of these decks, personally. Even if we have the swing event, like, fuck it. No. But I like that we're finally getting the stuff, even if it doesn't do a damn thing. Better late than never, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, collection purposes.
Like I said, this is still not viable. Log Horizon could make a reappearance due to some of the stuff that came out of it. Because, I mean, the Akatsuki, you could kind of use like the newer one.
One of the biggest things...
big thing...
Yeah.
I was about to say, the big thing is William, Massachusetts, who's currently on the screen right now.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things that comes out of this, because that really helps. It can help bring stuff out faster, you know?
Most definitely, in terms of having a defense setup. And that's, like, if you look at also the level 3 Shirue did the negative soul thing that the Priestess from Goblin Slayer did. It did a negative soul thing I think was similar. I don't know if it was the exact same setup.
Mm-hmm.
But it did something very similar in terms of like the negative soul defensive thing on your opponent's turn. And you saw how viable that was with Goblin Slayer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was everywhere. So, I mean, I would actually be really happy if, like, Log Horizon made a resurgence. I wouldn't build the deck or nothing. I'm going to go buy me, like, the one Tetra card just for the fuck of it. And... it may be a William, Massachusetts. Who knows? Also, actually, these have alternate arts. What's the alternate art for Tetra? Hold on. I say alternate. It's foil, if nothing else. No, Heart of the Cards just has secret up here. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know.
Fuck. Okay, so we don't know what the foil thing's gonna be. It might be a different art. It might not. Who knows? Anyway, yeah. I would laugh my ass off if Log Horizon made a resurgence and they're like, oh god, it's actually good, you know, from having these kind of effects that are... It may not be the best in the world. It's not Zek and Yuki for, like, William, Massachusetts, you know, in terms of all what it can do. It's not the greatest... It's not Eren Yeager, you know, whatever, but yeah. I like it personally. I use similar climax combos and cards to do... these effects and like plussing engines for like some of the budget decks that I do. So I do like this, and I do like a lot of the other cards that are actually in the set. It's just, it's really sad we didn't get this like 7 years ago. So I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
The moral of the story is, folks, no matter where you go in life, no matter where you end up, friends will always be there. And don't you worry, Bushy Road will always bring you relevant sense back into the English world.
I know y'all can't see my face, but I was like, I had the shifty eyebrow. Where the fuck is he going with this? So, okay. We're going to be signing off in a second here.
Anyway, on a different note, I think we're just going to end it.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else after this. Like, it's whatever. I don't know how long this is. I don't know how long it's going to be. I will say, though, I am happy to have made it this far with 100 episodes. Even if there's some right at the tail end before the hiatus that I was not happy with the quality of, just because it was like just me. We're gonna try to do better, and you know, even the podcast episodes that I wasn't satisfied with is better than some of these these power-up sets. Let's be real.
And that says something. But on that beautiful note, people,
yeah,
I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are listening to this. And remember to go and follow us twitch.tv/JoeSchmmo Gaming for all your greatest and viable needs. But thank you for allowing me back on here. I feel it's great to get out of the dungeon.
That's certainly welcome. You're one of the founding fathers, as it would be. So yeah, you want to go look at the slime cards instead?
Yeah, let's go take a look at the slimes. I think that's gonna be a little more interesting.
More than likely. We're going to check out Slime Volume 3 in a second here. Spoiler, Joe's coming back for another episode. Yeah, we will see you on the flip side. Peace out for now.
Bye-bye.